2015 edition. Again, my name is Jason McClellan with Insurance Advisors Direct. And for those of you not familiar with Insurance Advisors Direct, we are a national FMO dedicated to simply bringing you the training, products, tools, and support to benefit you and your business in the life and health insurance industry. We try our best to simplify your success. Again, so being a national FMO, we represent multiple product lines across multiple carriers, and of course we can talk to you about any and all of those that you may have questions or interest on. But again, today we invited you out to join us for some Medicare Supplement Sales Training 101. We get a lot of requests at Insurance Advisors Direct to help work with agents. Maybe you're someone who fits into this category, but we have agents who are new to this market. Maybe they're coming from the under 65 health insurance. Maybe they're coming from the group market, or maybe they're P&C producers. Whatever the case might be, we today see more requests than ever before for assistance getting agents trained, prepared, and becoming successful in the Medicare supplement market. So to do this, we have put together not only a package of a full sales and marketing success system that you would have access to working through Insurance Advisors Direct, but we frequently do events such as this, both webinar fashion as well as live and in person, as often as possible to bring you the latest in selling techniques, tricks of the trade, and tools to, again, grow your business and support you and assist you while you're in the field. So today, again, we're going to be discussing more of the basics of Medicare. We're going to be discussing the opportunity. We're going to be getting into some lead generation ideas. And then we're going to talk briefly about a presentation that we have trained agents on for 20-plus years that agents are successfully using every single day to sell Medicare supplements. And we're going to talk about some of the tools that we've created to assist you in the field as well, and how you can get your hands on those. So let's discuss a little bit about the basics. Of course, being a Medicare 101 presentation, we want to take you through some of the necessary tools that you're going to have to be familiar with if you're going to be actively selling Medicare supplements or working in the Medicare market in general. So here we see some of those tools that you probably have seen or are familiar with. We have our 2015 Choosing a Medigap Policy booklet. We'll actually be showing you how to use portions of that throughout your presentation and the educational process you're going to take your clients through. Then next to that, we have the Medicare and You. This is a booklet. Both of these are government guide booklets. This particular one is usually sent to beneficiaries prior to turning 65 and going on Medicare. It is something you can also go on and download off of the Medicare.gov website if you're looking for an up-to-date version. A couple other tools we have listed there is our Medicare Supplement versus Medicare Advantage. This is a nice side-by-side comparison to help educate you on the true differences, things that you should be mindful of being an agent working in this market. And then we have next to that our Parts A and B charts. Now, this is a chart that we've put together that we update every single year with the new copays, deductibles, and so forth to help you summarize the benefits for your clients, helping you give them an easier education on their Medicare benefits, and very simply walking them through the process and explaining what their out-of-pocket expenses could potentially be with Medicare Parts A and B, and simply then how a Medicare supplement would satisfy or would fit in and fill those gaps. So those are just a couple of the tools that we'll be talking about and some of the tools you would have access to. So let's talk a little bit about the world of Medicare supplements, more specifically the sales trends and the opportunities. Of course, this is a business, so what is the opportunity for us as business people, as professional advisors in the life and health insurance industry? Well, today we talk, and we've talked about this for years, the baby boomers, 10,000 people a day turning 65. As a matter of fact, that number has increased. So now you're going to see numbers and statistics more around 11,000 to 12,000 people a day turning 65. So that opportunity is, of course, ramping up. You can see that these numbers began increasing back in 2011 and will continue for the next 18 years. So we see this is not a market that's here for a short time or temporary. This is a great long-term opportunity. If this is your first time getting involved, or if you're just considering getting involved into the Medicare supplement market, I highly recommend that you look at these products. Even if it's not your full-time product of choice, definitely include it in your portfolio. It's something that your clients will be asking you about and can greatly grow your business, not only for Medicare supplements, but of course maybe for your core product lines as well. Medicare supplement sales are estimated to grow by 46% over the next 5 years. Again, dramatic growth means dramatic opportunity for all of those who are involved in this market. Let's consider some of the other opportunities. And see, these are some of the statistics or lesser known facts because these aren't heavily promoted. You know, the ones we just went through, those are ones we see on a constant, regular basis from carriers, from other marketing organizations, from the government, and so forth. Well, here are some things to keep in mind from kind of an inside the industry perspective. We see that not only is the market growing dramatically for the turning 65, but we also see individuals making movement within the Medicare arena. So these are people who have now come into Medicare, they're past 65, and they may be looking to make changes. Maybe they're losing their group coverage. You know, we see that happening a lot with large corporations where they're ending their retirement packages. They're looking for ways out of benefits that they had offered in the past for many, many years. Now those retirees are looking at having to find their own solutions for coverage. And that's happening both the group and individual market. You know, there are plans that are disappearing from certain market areas. Maybe it's more in the Medicare Advantage arena that's happening. But again, people are losing coverage, benefits are changing, and people are looking for new solutions. Goes right along with the next point, MA changes or carriers exiting the market. It doesn't happen as often today, but we do see changes occurring. We see Medicare Advantage carriers that may be due to star rating or due to financial problems in a particular market having to remove their products, maybe move out of that county. Again, that's going to create some additional need. We see in certain states Medicare supplement products taking dramatic rate increases. That, too, is going to create a need for someone such as yourself to educate your clients and offer affordable solutions. We also see another trend, which is the aging advisor population. So now agents who have maybe worked with clients for a number of years are retiring. Maybe they're selling their books of business. They're looking for the next chapter in their life. And those clients of theirs are, again, going to need some ongoing assistance. We see this applies more towards the Medicare supplement, but can apply towards the Medicare Advantage, and that is carrier rate increases. You know, both the Medicare Advantage products, those will see changes each and every year. Medicare supplements will also see some trend rate increases each and every year. And you need to keep on top of those rate increases because what was right or what was affordable for your client, maybe when they turn 65 or maybe for the first couple of years, may not be the best or right solution for them in the long term. So again, keeping tabs on what carriers are doing is very important. Change in needs. Maybe your client had a particular need in mind when they first picked that plan. Maybe they went into a Medicare Advantage because it was more affordable, but now maybe their needs have changed. So again, keeping in touch with these individuals, and what we find is a lot of agents are not keeping in touch with their clients. They're not keeping up with their needs and offering the right solutions. So again, for advisors getting into this market, doing it right, there is a lot of opportunity. And that goes into the last one, which is haven't heard from the advisor. You know, we have worked with Medicare Advantage carriers and manned different stores across the country with our agents for many, many years now since Medicare Advantage entered the scene. And we have individuals coming up to our agents asking them to just sit down, review their coverage, and help them make a better decision because they haven't heard from their advisor. Some of that is due to the fact that When Medicare Advantage first came onto the scene, a lot of new agents got into this market and started getting involved with Medicare Advantage. Well, since then, they haven't been able to stick around. They haven't had a lot of success since those first couple of years where it was a mass influx of business coming in. So those agents have left this market. They've gone back to other fields. They've gone back to other industries. And those people are really out there on their own without any help or any assistance. So again, you're going to see a number of these, if you're getting involved in this market, will play into your success. Let's talk a little bit more about sales trends, opportunities, and let's talk more specifically about Medicare supplements and why people buy Medicare supplements. Well, to put it simply, individuals like the stability of Medicare supplements, and that applies towards a few areas. First off, Medicare supplements are guaranteed renewable. So when somebody gets into a Medicare supplement plan, they can be assured that as long as they're paying that premium, those plans, those benefits will remain static, those will stay, and they will continue on with their coverage. Now, there could over the years be some rate adjustments, but as long as they keep paying their premiums, again, those plans and benefits will stay the same. Individuals also like the fact that they, in many cases, depending on the Medicare supplement they choose, but in most cases they will not have any out-of-pocket expenses to worry about. They will not have to worry about copays or deductibles. Very simply, their Medicare Parts A and B will pay the majority, and their Medicare supplement will pay the remainder. So they don't have to worry about something out of the ordinary happening, creating a major financial issue. They know what their premiums are, that's what they're going to pay, and their coverage is going to take care of the rest. The other thing is individuals appreciate the fact that there are no networks to worry about. If you're new to Medicare supplements or maybe coming over from Medicare Advantage, this might be a little bit foreign to you, but that is one of the best selling features of a Medicare supplement. The fact that individuals, they do not have to worry about the doctor or the hospital that they go to. They can travel with these plans. They can live in other parts of the country part of the year. These plans will work anywhere that they use it. Again, with those, as long as those doctors accept Medicare assignment. And even if they don't, and even if there's an excess charge involved, again, Medicare supplements will come in and pay those additional amounts. Very different from a Medicare Advantage product. They like the fact that Medicare Advantage plans, you can work with the individual plans to, again, meet some of their needs, both on the benefit side as well as the premium side of things. So those are just a few reasons why many people, when they fully understand the true differences between Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, and they understand the clear benefits of Medicare supplements, many, if it's affordable, will choose to go with a Medicare supplement. Now, here we want to talk just for a moment about open enrollment versus guarantee issue. Now, this is a big topic, especially for new agents getting into this market, because sometimes these seem like one and the same. Well, to let you know, open enrollment is very different from guarantee issue. So open enrollment occurs when an individual turns 65 and now goes on to Part B of Medicare. That is one time that they could have an open enrollment period. A second time is, let's say they were still working. Let's say they were still receiving part of a group benefits package and they had creditable coverage. Okay. They would not need to, in many cases, apply for Part B of Medicare. So when they retired, when they no longer had that coverage, then they could reapply for Medicare Part B, and that, again, would trigger an open enrollment period. Open enrollment is a very important time for them because it gives them the opportunity and the right to go to any Medicare supplement carrier, any plan, and be allowed into that program without underwriting. So, again, it's an important time because depending on their health, depending on their needs, depending on their finances, this is the time for them to choose a good product that's going to work for them in the long term and, again, be very stable for them in the long term. Now, guarantee issue is a little bit different. Guarantee issue is if, let's say, somebody involuntarily loses coverage, maybe a Medicare Advantage carrier pulls out. Maybe their group plan disappears. Maybe something else happens. As long as it's not voluntary, they would be issued a letter stating that they're losing their coverage, and this would give them a guarantee issue right to go back to a Medicare supplement or to get into a Medicare supplement without underwriting. Now, be careful as an agent because many companies have stopped paying commissions or full commissions on guarantee issue business. So there's a way around that in some cases, but understand the clear differences of open enrollment versus guarantee issue, because if you do, you're going to be able to better place your client in the right program, as well as do what's right for you as an agent who is making a living working with these products. So again, those are the main differences between open enrollment, guarantee issue. Guarantee issue can also be triggered if somebody goes onto a Medicare Advantage product and comes off of that within their first year, and maybe it's their first time on that plan. It's kind of a trial period. They too can go back to a Medicare supplement without underwriting. So that would be considered guarantee issue. Open enrollment, again, very different. That is a period of time the government has created that says you're getting into Medicare, you can make a plan choice of any kind, and these carriers have to accept you on a guaranteed acceptance basis, but that type of situation will still pay a full commission to agents. So if you need more clarification on that, please reach out and call us, and we can sit down and discuss it in more detail. Briefly here, Plan G versus Plan F. Now, these are two of the most popular plans in the industry. Plan F, by far, for many, many years since standardized plans were around, Plan F has been the most popular on a national basis. Plan G has stepped up a little bit over the last few years and is now very similar to Plan F, and you'll notice a lot of carriers are starting to promote the Plan G over the Plan F. Part of the reason is the Plan F benefits have been around, plans in books of business have been around for a long time, and they've experienced some claims, and those claims, of course, will drive some premiums up. So in many cases, a Plan G, maybe newer on the scene, maybe they don't have the same type of claims experience, will be a healthier book of business, which allows for a lower premium, which, of course, is a win for your clients. Also, when we talk about those guarantee issue rights, when people are allowed to come back to a Medicare supplement on a guarantee issue basis, in most cases they're limited to a few plans, Plan F being one of those, and in many cases Plan G is not included on that guarantee issue right. So Plan G would be more of an underwritten product, which means, again, its book of business will be a little bit healthier, cleaner, and can keep those rates down for much longer. So that's why you're seeing a lot of promotion on Plan G. And again, another effective tool to use once you know this industry well enough and know how to position these products properly. Now we talk a little bit about Medicare Supplement versus Medicare Advantage. Now, I've already given you some insight as to the differences between Medicare Supplement and Medicare Advantage, and really that's something important for all of you to be aware of because, again, those are two key products within this marketplace, and some of those differences apply to you, and some of those differences apply to your consumer or to your client. So these are two charts that we put together that agents contracted through us will have access, and this gives you a clear side-by-side comparison of what really is the difference between Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplements. For me as an advisor, where do I have to be careful? Because there are rules, there are restrictions, there are certification requirements that come in with Medicare Advantage that do not apply to the Medicare Supplement industry. Also, when we talk about the consumer and the solutions and the plan options and the benefits, understanding the clear side-by-side will give you the information and equip you to better educate your clients and to better help them narrow it down to the solution that fits their circumstances the best. So here again is a side-by-side comparison of those true benefits within a Medicare Advantage plan and a Medicare supplement so you can show that to your clients. So again, a very important topic, something that we could spend a lot more time on, but we just want to overview it and let you know that it is something to be aware of. Now, here is a chart we put together, and this is something that really does change depending on the area you're working in. But this is something we put out actually last year, so this is a little bit older. But it talks about some of the top carriers in the industry on a national basis based on, stability, rate increases, rates, volume of business. There's a lot that went into this, but you can see in the white are some of the products that we represent as an FMO. And on the left-hand side, I think this may have been for a particular area in our home state of Michigan, but this was some of the more competitive products in this particular area. So again, for your area, it might look a little bit different. Of course, we can direct you to those proper products that you're going to want to have to be successful in the Medicare supplement industry. And it's not something where you need 5 or 10 companies, but it would be wise to maybe have 2 or 3 good carriers, maybe for a couple of different reasons. And in many cases, you'll find that first carrier is going to get the majority of your business. But again, we can help direct you to that. We have custom quotes that we can run for you. And depending on what state you're in, we even have our website equipped with some quoting capabilities, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So again, just some of the carriers to be considering. Here is a sample of our quoting tool. Now, this is only available for some states. If it's not available in your state and you happen to go online and register, you can still use our quoting tool for final expense, but what we would do is run those quotes for you internally and send those out. And again, that is a nice provision by Insurance Advisors Direct and something that we can help do on a regular basis for you. And we do have some quote request forms that could also be filled out. Now let's talk about marketing for a moment. Let's talk about lead generation. This is always a very important topic, something we like to spend some time on, and we get a lot of questions here. Of course, everybody wants to know how to get in front of more people, how to make more sales. So here we're talking about existing clients. Now, depending on where you're coming from, if you're new to the market in general, obviously this doesn't mean much to you, but if you're coming from another industry or you're expanding into the Medicare products, no doubt you have clients and you have relationships. We can help with putting together some events or putting together pre-approach letters or marketing pieces that you can send out to your existing clients, letting them know that this is a conversation you'd like to have. The next one, direct mail, that's actually our number one pick. That is something that it works well, it performs well. Agents still enjoy working with direct mail leads. We have many discounted lead programs available through some of our vendors. If you have questions on those, we can point you to those better responding pieces. I was just doing some seminars across Indiana, across Ohio last week. In those areas, some of these lead pieces are pulling as high as 4 to 5%. So again, still a very cost-effective way to do your lead generation. We have Turning 65 lists that we have supplied to our agents. We show them how to set appointments. We can show you how to set appointments with a simple script. We have seminar invitations. We have agents that will do seminars and do very well at this. Now, these are all things that you need to stick with. If you're going to get into this and you're going to use one of these for a lead generation source, we just recommend you be committed to it. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not going to work great every single time, but consistency and persisting with these different ways of lead generation will definitely pay off in the long run. And again, we can help sit down and navigate you to which solution may work best in your situation. We also recommend maybe partnering with other professionals. Here's a few examples: CPAs, investment advisors, P&C agents, credit unions. You could come up with, I'm sure, a few more. But think about professionals in your area that may be talking to those potential prospects, those who are 65 or older, and maybe they don't want to deal with Medicare products. It would be smart to get to know them, and maybe there's some cross-referring that could be done. We recommend get active in social media. Have a website. If you don't have a website, it's a smart idea. A lot of people who are now turning 65, these baby boomers, they're online. They're researching. They're checking to see if you exist. They're checking to see if you're credible. So, again, websites are a good idea. We can always help with that as well. And appointment setting. We do have some appointment set leads, and as I mentioned, a number of different direct mail lead programs, even internet leads. So there's a lot of lead solutions. A lot of it would depend on what you're most interested in, your budget, what you're comfortable with, and what you're really trying to do in the long term. So those are some ideas to consider. Here's an example or a sample lead piece from one of our lead vendors, Target Leads. This lead piece performs very well. In fact, there's a chart on here that shows, depending on the state, some of those averages, 2, 3, 4, even upwards of close to 5% response rates on these pieces. So when you're talking about doing a 1,000-piece lead drop, which they do all of it for you, they send you the returns, you now have access to their custom lead management tool that you can, report on, keep lead disposition. It's a great tool, but you might be looking at only $10, $12, $15 per lead. A very cost-effective way, again, to market and get in front of future policyholders. Let's continue with the marketing. So we have a lot of agents that will like to call ahead of time. Maybe it's on a lead card. Maybe it's on a turning 65 list that we have provided. Now, that is okay to do if you're calling on behalf of Medicare Supplements. If you're calling on a lead card that was returned, you're okay to do that. And we get a lot of questions, a lot of fear because agents are more familiar with the rules on the Medicare Advantage. It's true. You can't do that for Medicare Advantage products unless they've invited you to call them. But on Medicare Supplements, still, being overseen by the Department of Insurance, it is okay. We have agents that do this every single week, set their appointments, and do very well in the Medicare Supplement arena and have built a successful practice off of a very limited budget, again, by just calling people who are turning 65 and occasionally calling people who are over 65 just to see if they haven't heard from their advisor, if they could come out and sit down and review their coverage. So there's a number of ways you could do it. Here's one way that we see agents using that's working well. Our last slide here, the Medicare Supplement Sales Presentation. Now, this is somewhat more of an advanced workshop. We didn't have time today to go through everything. When we do this live or when we do the full presentation, it usually takes us 2 to 3 hours depending on questions and if we have a carrier joining us. So we just wanted to highlight some of the basics and give you just a quick outline of what we go through when we actually take agents into the presentation, show them the steps of the presentation, and how to effectively present Medicare supplements and present them as a solution. The biggest thing here with Medicare supplements, and we say this over and over again, is it's an educational process. So you just have to educate your clients. Of course, you have to be educated yourself, but then there are certain steps, and there's an order of steps that do work well as you're presenting their benefits, as you're educating them, and then as you get to a point you're educating them on their solutions. Again, there is a proper way to do it that we have perfected over many, many years of training agents how to sell Medicare supplements, us ourselves starting off in the field selling Medicare supplements. So we know that these work. We've proven it over the years. And this is something that we will take agents through. We will show you how to use it. We have the tools. We have the A and B charts. We have the side-by-side comparisons. We have the U-Pay costs that they need to be familiar with. Then we show you how to link up the U-Pay costs to the Medicare supplement plan solutions and how those plans actually wipe out those costs. So again, we have that whole presentation built for you, and here's some of the basics, or at least the outline of that. So again, we don't have time today, but we will certainly cover those in more detail on a future webinar or even on a future live sales event as we come through your area. So we hope to get a chance to sit, talk with you further. I want to thank all of you for coming out and joining us today. I haven't seen any questions. If there are any questions, please type those in the box off to the left, and we can try to address those before we get off the call in just the next couple of moments. Just for your information, some of the next events that we have coming up, both in a live format as well as in webinar format, we have the presentation that we'll be going through. We'll be sharing the tools that we give to advisors and show you how to use those tools to present Medicare supplements. We'll be getting into cross and package selling ideas and approach. There's a lot of opportunities to cross-sell and package sell with a Medicare supplement, and we've got the sales tools to teach you how to do that, and what are some of the more popular cross-selling techniques and products. We're going to get into more details on our success system. You can see that box there. We have a complete Medicare Supplement success system. We also have those built for final expense, annuities, and long-term care, 4 of our core product lines here at Insurance Advisors Direct. So if you do have some questions, please type them in the box. It doesn't look like there are any so far. But absolutely, for more information, if you want to talk with an advisor here about getting contracted, about getting started with Insurance Advisors Direct, utilizing some of our tools, having access to those, please give us a call. That is our 800 number, 800-381-0977. You can visit us on the web. Our website is insuranceadvisorsdirect.com. And we would love to talk to you more about how we can work with you, how we can benefit your practice, what kind of sales tools, what kind of products we can offer and work with you on. So again, please take advantage of these systems. We've built them for your success, and we want to see them used, and we want to see you more successful in a new industry, maybe, if that's the case. So again, give us a call, and we can discuss that more and how you can get your hands on these tools. And if I didn't mention it earlier, this webinar is being recorded, so we will have access to this on demand, whether it be on our website or we can send it to you separately. So again, if you have any interest in reviewing this again, let us know and we will send that out. So it doesn't look like there are any questions. So with that, we're going to wrap up. Again, thank you all for coming out today. Hope you picked up some new ideas. Hope we got you a little bit more excited about the Medicare Supplement market if this is new for you. And we certainly look forward to working with you here at Insurance Advisors Direct. Have a great rest of your day.